Hello, welcome once more again. I would like us to go through a number of notable changes that have taken place as of March 13th, 2025 about, or specifically, the H-1B visa updates for 2025. So as of March 13, 2025, there has been return of interview requirements. The US government has reversed pandemic-era policies that exempted certain visa renewals from in-person interviews. Now, the eligibility for this exemption has been reduced from 48 months to 12 months. Additionally, the visa being renewed must be of the same category as the previous one. So you can't change from one type of visa to a different type of visa. If you are renewing your visa, then it must be the same. Now, these changes affect many applicants, including those on H-1B visas. So that you have to take note if at all you are planning to renew your visa on H-1B. Now, H-1B visa cap and lottery. The annual cap for H-1B visa remains at 65,000, meaning that is the maximum number of visas that can be given out for H-1B, with an additional 20,000 visas for applicants holding advanced degrees from US institution. When you talk about advanced degrees, then you're talking about what? The master's degree, the PhD degree. Now, the lottery for the 2025-2026 fiscal year began on March 7th, 2025. It is essential for applicants to monitor the official USCIS website for updates and instructions on what is supposed to be done. Now, policy discussion and reforms. There have been ongoing debates about the H-1B visa program's impact on the US labor market. Discussions focus on preventing potential abuses, such as replacing US workers with lower cost foreign labor and ensuring the program attracts highly skilled professionals. So that has to be put into consideration as you also try to maneuver around the visa. So common H-1B visa interview questions and suggested answers are as follows. So the first question is, what is the purpose of your trip to the US? You will respond by saying clearly, state your intent to work in specialty occupation with your sponsoring employer. So you have to say, I'm going to work in this particular field or in this particular organization, and my sponsor is so and so, who happens to be my employer. Why do you want to work in the US? Discuss the professional growth opportunities and the alignment of the job with your career goals, the global connection that you will get and links, grow your network, professional development and growth. All those has to be put in place as a person who is coming to work in the United States. Where will you be living while in the United States? So you have to provide details about your accommodation plans, including the city and the state and housing arrangement. If possible, state the physical address where you're going to live, the contact to that particular apartment where you're going to live. So we've also mentioned you mentioning the specific city or town where you're going to live, then the state and why you chose that particular state. You can mention things such as, my apartment is close to social amenities such as schools, resting areas, restaurants, stores and supermarkets are located within. So this will ensure a smooth transition from my home country to the other side. What is your highest educational qualification? So mention your most advanced degree and how it relates to the job you are applying for. If you've done masters, you have to tell them that I have a master's in this particular field. If you've done an undergraduate, you have to tell them that I have an undergraduate degree in this particular field and it is related, or my master's is about the job that I'm applying for, that I'm going to do in US. Can you describe your job and role? Your job role and responsibilities. Be prepared to outline your job duties, how they match your skills, and they are relevant to the US employer's needs. So you are not only going to state the duties and the roles of your job, but you also have to say, how do they match your skills that you've acquired at school? How are they related? And if so, Are they relevant to the US employer who is employing you? Have you previously been to the US? If so, when and for what purpose? So here you've got to be honest. If you've never been to the US, say, no, I've not been to the US. If yes, provide honest details of any prior visits, including dates and purposes of your visit to the United States. Do you have any relatives in the US? Also here, you have got to be very specific and be very truthful to them. Tell them that yes, I've ever been to the US. I have relatives in the US. If so, where do they stay? What are their names? What is the relationship between you and these relatives in the US? Are they your sisters, brother, mother, father, aunt, cousin, or family friend? So you've got to also go ahead and mention the relationship between you and those people that you're claiming they are your relatives in the United States. If so, are you planning to visit them while on your visit? Also be very specific about that. And where do they live? If you know where they live specifically, also you have to give out their physical address. If you don't have any relatives in the US, simply be honest and say, I don't have relatives in the United States, but maybe just friends. What are your plans after your H-1B visa expires? Discuss your intent to comply with the visa regulations, whether by returning to your home country or pursuing other legal options, such as probably applying for a green card, because H-1B visa, you have a legal intent to apply for H-1B visa. So preparation tips, documentation, ensure you have all necessary documents, including DS-160 confirmation, I-129 petition, I-797 approval notice, visa-free receipt, and passport-sized photos. All the documentations are supposed to be up to date and they are supposed to be in order. So ensure that you've planned all this documentation necessary to allow you to go through the visa process smoothly without any hitches, without any struggle. So ensure that your documents are up to date and they are well arranged and attractive. Probably you can get a folder, arrange them in order, number them so that in case you are asked to present a document, it is easily available and accessible. Understanding your role. Be familiar with your job responsibility. Employer details, probably where is the company that you're going to work for located, what is the physical address of the company, what is the contact to that particular address, do you know their email, do you know what they are dealing with? So be familiar with your job responsibilities, your employer details such as the address, physical address, contact, their email, what are they dealing with, and how your qualification align with the position that you have been offered in that particular company. Professionalism, dress appropriately, arrive early for any interview, and be prepared to answer questions confidently and truthfully while maintaining eye contact. And remember, we insist on being honest, truthfully, and confident. As you prepare for this, we wish you all the very best. Remember to hit the subscription button, like, share, comment. Thank you so much.